Anything you'd like to discuss?
Code violation does not. Someone was looking to.
So Louis stop. Yeah, and I went with him. Actually, I thank you for coming, though. I was kind of hoping he was. Yeah, anytime. Hope you come every month. But yeah, the house that
It looks like. Response to. So,
from what I hear, speculation, of course. So, I told Louis, I said, well, not knowing, know that they don't want to look at that.
So,
We'll discuss that. We'll see what our next. We're next door to Louis. Walked around. I've seen, but honestly, looks like it's tiny south.
Holden. Oh, she. Aaron. Worse.
Thank you.
Good evening. Last time. 353 complaints answered, 3 motor vehicle accidents, 6 domestics, 1 fraud reported, 60 traffic tickets issued. To the fire and EMS about 15 times. We had a warrant or arrest on a warrant returned over to Johnson County. A couple parking tickets. They had 1 mental health arrest and 3 funeral escorts and policing. We're assisting now, which started at 5:45. The suicide prevention of Wyoming County is doing a little walkathon from the park up to Market and Main. Had a report of larceny products from Village Park. We're reviewing cameras and hopefully we're going to find who did it. The mental health arrest and resulted from an intoxicated male attempting to make entry into residence. He was so far gone, we did the mental health arrest first, and then once he was evaluated and released from the hospital, we did effect an arrest, arraigned him for an order of protection, and we all know with an order of protection, he had confiscated all his firearms, for 15 in total. 3 handguns, and so they're in our possession. We have a aspiring traffic issue on Prospect in the morning with the buses. The buses are backed up to me. I got a rather direct phone call yesterday morning from an angry. I think I talked her off the cliff. I went down and monitored this morning. It is a hot mess. I talked to the principal elementary school. Sam was down there. Sam was in the conversation. Contacted the bus company manager. So tomorrow morning, myself and the principal are going to be in the bus. We're going to have the buses pull up all the way around where they used to, up by the Baptist church, make room for all the buses. Some of the issues are with the smaller buses, one from Wyoming Central, the other one is an Attica bus, Letchworth Suburban. They come in and they park right there by the stairs, that's for parking, and the other buses just don't come in and back them up onto the process. That and they have a bus route they have to follow, the drivers, and 5 of those buses are supposed to go to the high school first, drop, and then come down to the elementary school. Well, this week they all decided it's easier to drop at elementary school first. That's our bad. So the bus company manager is going to chat with their bus drivers, and then we're going to see what happens. Black court. DMV issued new memos regarding license plate covers, the plastic or the truck license plate. They finally got on board with the license plate readers, because if you have that plastic cover on there, the LPRs do not work. Now it's highly illegal to hit. Yeah, outside. So, and they're pretty adamant about it. And they've issued, and I'm showing my age, window tint. There had been a rumor going around for the longest time that if you had doctors, just give them as dark as you want, which was a misnomer. There's no such thing. DMV has come forward issuing literal permits as long as you have a doctor's excuse to apply for this permit to allow you to have jet black tint or darker tint than legally required. So I thought it was kind of different. We assisted one of the businesses in town with a harassment. These folks from Niagara County were involved with a hit and run motor vehicle accident, and they did some searching on Facebook and identified one of our business owners as the perpetrator. And they said, "No, I'm talking about I don't go to the county." Long story short, they had the wrong person. And after how many phone calls? 3 phone calls to the individuals telling them, knock it off or else. So, the warming hut. We had one of our officers went down there and it was full of juveniles and who were smoking, and they were told you can't be in here. The door has been forced and broken into so many times it cannot be secured. I think we need to address that as soon as possible to prevent any more damage to that building and keeping the juveniles out. We responded to an elderly female who was disoriented on Genesee Street, suffering from early stages of dementia. Knew her name but didn't know where she was. The officer on duty was able to locate a family member that lived on Walnut Street. They were reunited, and we've got her picture. And the officers now know that if you come across this lady, this is where she belongs. And then we had our tornado alert. It was different. I watched the radar, tracked it as best we can. I did make phone calls to all the department heads, called the mayor, and thank God I just moved. We had a complaint of harassment of our school crossing guard on Prospect. The individual was located and It was, had a little chat with him. We understand the road now. We had a report of 80 flags missing from Forest Hill Cemetery. From the vets club. But I think it doesn't make sense somebody going up there and stealing flags. What are you going to do with them? So we're checking with the property maintenance people up there, seeing if by chance they removed them for lawn care or something. And we're waiting to hear back from them. They were going to check into it. Okay. In an unusual AUO second arrest, pulled him over for a headlight being out, and he was suspended, revoked, suspended, and revoked. And he had to have an interlock device in the car. Didn't have one, so they bumped it up from an unlicensed operator all the way up to AUO second, and the vehicle was impounded. Had a report of an attempted dog larceny on Main Street. And there's a dog, he had a dog fence around the house, and he heard the dog yelping. It was at night. And he went out there, and he said these guys jumped into this little white car and took off. Nobody had, we did an area canvas to see if anybody had cameras or doorbells, and nobody in that area had anything. So we're just going to keep an eye. We've had 2 incidents of motorcycles failing to comply with the police officer. We terminated both pursuits. The second one, we have a good ID on the operator, and and we replaced 2 tires on the Dodge patrol car due to that the issue we were having with the front end line. Upstate Dodge has been very good to us. Taking it down a couple times for the more in-depth stuff, and they've been excellent. Mr. Bill Bowen passed away at his residence, and Alberto Schmidt and Kathleen Carpley both passed away at Gateway. And the only other thing I have, the additional memo I gave you, request to approve training for all officers at the police department for the alert training, and they're not set dates throughout the year. It's new, and rather than trying to catch a board meeting before they notify us when the alert training is going to be, I think it's going to be a lot easier if we just approve alert training for all officers at 16 hours, 2 8-hour days from now until June 1st of 2025. That will fit, so we can get the officers, all the officers have to have this training, and we want to be able to work with their schedule as long as dates that are set. And it's going to be, they held one in Warsaw, was the first one, and then they just had one in Perry. Now they're going to Letchworth, and in the spring it's good work coming down. That's all I have. No, just man hours. Man hours. No, not the alert training, no.
Except this. All in favor?
All right, thank you. Any questions from the? Going. Oh. You're up.
Alrighty. Since last meeting, calls for village played. First one was to Alexander catch on fire, and also we sent an out. Pretty much had it daily handled, and Darien was there as well, so they just released us because there was no. The second one was not exactly sure what the call was. Heard a little bit of it. No calls at Attica Correctional, Correctional. And we've had dispatch errors. Sure if I mentioned. Pretty much the dispatching errors are they dispatchers put the calls in the at the dispatch center. Tend to put in Attica. A lot of ones from the correctional facilities. So when they don't put in there, put us in. So then it comes to us and says entered in error. So that's pretty much where all our dispatching errors come in. We still get a run number. So it tends to kind of jack up our run numbers. Starting to get into school standbys, we've had 4 of them so far. This starting to kind of put more again. Last year they kind of started, but this year added more to it. Soccer standbys on top of the football. So it's gonna be a little busy for us a little bit. We're gonna be back down for wrestling. That board up again. Had 3 members already passed BFO, the basic exterior firefighting operation. Now have 4 going into the interior, so I think end of October I get 4 of them back and start training their pack. So it'll kind of help us out on our as our memberships kind of dwindled over the years. We started bringing it back a little bit. Start getting trained, start doing something. One other couple things that I have are fire prevention days been planned. Gun raffle. So if anybody's interested in gun raffle tickets, find one of us. Have one. Some people will fuel off, but that should be 5th or 6th. Okay, I couldn't remember. I'm so busy. Dates are mixing, so and it's out of my portion. Yeah. I know we've talked a little bit about it. We haven't really done a little bit of research. Yeah. I know. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Well, I know. Well, Brad's the chairman of the park committee. But we've kind of sat down. We've kind of talked about like talking to a broker, kind of talked about some of the things that we're kind of looking for on a truck. Some of it's just basic water size that we're looking. Size of the truck is are limited, but it's pretty basic. It's nothing extravagant. Start adding too much, then you're pretty much finding a truck that's slimmed enough. Like your little movement right there, it prices up there. So
Money trees.
yeah, and I know Brad mentioned something about talking to the town again to see if they could at least try to pitch in on everything on that, but yeah, I mean, we do as best as we
If you could take.
That's kind of where we're at. Last time, the whole truck committee, kind of what we've been looking. Been just kind of sitting down, trying to figure out what we find, and we've looked around a little bit online, but to really get a good look, kind of getting ideas to send a broker to get what they can send to us. It's kind of starting there. You can see what the broker would.
And there's
Definitely does. That was done really. I rejoined January 2020, and that truck was gone, fixed, and I understand 10-year fix only into 2024. Do have, I would say, roughly 5 years. Well, I mean, truck gets inspected. If there was ever an issue. You'd be able to tell me if there's something wrong.
Kelly, do you have anything?
I'm just.
Matt one, Matt two.
Matt too.
Not a whole lot since the last board meeting, which is good news, right? So we've just been doing routine maintenance. We've had a couple parts break down. We replaced the clutch in the dump truck. We had an actuator go and an air handling automated on our pump station that has to operate to turn over the air, so frequently considered a hazardous space. We wrapped that up with Dan Forth this morning. Other than that, we have a training request for myself to go tomorrow for accreditation towards my license renewal. And that's really it, short and sweet. You guys have any questions?
That's right.
2 minutes? This is pretty quick. Usually he's long-winded.
My brain hurts when you're done.
Basically, we're keeping the plant going. Same as before, bubblegum duct tape. We're doing good. Everything's going good there. Going to be talking with Matt probably in about 2 months, roughly, about going out to bid. Promising you, health department's working with us. We got a lot of projects going at the plant. So besides, we're working on the interior of the plant. On the wall that we put up, extended it out. I put it in my budget and to make it so it's a wide open thing, wide open area. The main reason is, you guys will see it later, is to lift it. We're asking you guys to purchase Paul Borney, our mechanic slash laborer down at the W. Our goal was to move him a couple days a week up to the water plant to move his tools there. He's out of the way by himself. He can concentrate on working on cars. Charges everyone $5 an hour. Long-term goal on it would be to possibly, back in the day we had a mechanic. We want to play this out for a while. Me and Brendan talked about it to see if we can justify having just a mechanic in one place. Means cop car went to. He had a place to work on that, where it could have sat there, could have done in City Village, all that labor. So we're working on a few things there. But he would still be available for any emergency. Any emergency. I just know now, if I've been down there helping him, he'll be working on something. Those little interruptions. Especially so that was, you'll be seeing that in the, you guys will live for them. So that's why our extension of our building's going in. almost done. Got the installation up today. The other thing is we got two other major projects before winter. One is the pavilion. We are going to get on that. Get building set up to lift get in place at the park and half of our roof off at the water plant. Bella said, "You guys want it? You better take it because contractors are going to pile it up and throw it in a scrap bin." Quite a bit of money on. But that was about it. Do you guys have any questions for me? I'll talk more about what me and said at the meeting. Right.
Yep. We'll move on to. Barry, do you want to speak or do you want? I kind of figured it. Always leave the.
Sure.
Thing that was said. Construction.
Where the powerhouse is built on top of it. If it's big broke, my dad said they built the powerhouse. So there's no repairing that water line.
Well, in that where the water, where the power.
Right. Pop out back too. Yeah, I mean, we could try. They actually told Justin. They told Justin he couldn't. He actually. Yeah, yes, it gave him clearance to come in and they go. Where's it? 8. Well, it's not.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I can find that out for you.
Definitely a gate check. If there was a gate clear.
Gave them gate clearance. About the same. And I get it.
I would think.
I know this was somebody right there that day. Didn't go any higher.
I think it. Approach. Catchy. Gotta be some other- Double. Yeah.
How to do?
Move on to the.
This is our new
Press location. It was a pretty good success last year, so.
still in the early stages. Start to get really hard. He was telling me today if it's going to be a huge moneymaker. You know, I know the bulk water would probably work. I thought it would be definitely cool. Everyone's good on the tops at $6 for a bag of ice. Other than that, water and starting to get some numbers together. It's going to be a little. Actually,
Well, I mean, yeah, we can move forward with it. Yeah, yeah, to find out if it's,
if
Those
it's a couple
prices.
$100,000.
there's no sense in even sending out a
Right.
survey.
I'll get with Justin. I talked to him. Second on. I'll get with him. In the board meeting.
Work on it.
So we'll get you some stuff together. Brought to my about the a great idea. Water, I thought. Biggest thing is I think trying to find extra revenue to pay for these projects. And I'm telling you right now, throwing darts, one or two. That's exactly what we're doing. We can, if you could double or triple your money on something towards the other stuff, then I agree 100%. We won't
Maybe
just be blowing money. Right, yeah, I get you.
He also brought up,
Yeah, you can get a cooler of ice for cost you 10 cents to make, $dollars for a cooler of ice. I mean, but again, if it's 200,000 and you're making $75 a month, it's not feasible. We'll definitely get prices, so everyone knows as we move. I kind of got that when I gave you guys the.
I remember you.
Yeah, it was about an 8 at what we're selling now to pay. Ice, I clueless, to tell you the truth. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm guessing. I know the hut thing, all water would. Better quick. But if you're going to do one thing, you don't know. At all winter. We can't put anything a couple years.
There it is. Right here. We'll table it. What that is variation. At a kind of a crossroads. Looking into options.
Bridge is scheduled for repair. Second half. Yeah, that was the, looked at it, talked with Justin about. Supposed to be sooner than later. Another portion I talked with Brenda today is if the wall completely, then for it. I know it's an justify.
Not that it's
Well, that's, yeah, that's what I'm alluding to. Placement of the pole, it would definitely.
wonderful.
Till they just
hide
kick
it
it
creek
down.
also.
I get it.
It's not going to go.
Correct. Oh, I know. And DOT wouldn't. The worst part.
Moving on to new business. Veterans Appreciation Day Parade. Everybody gets down there and call for drive through or come. Attended the. Haven't been in there. Yeah. But it's yeah. But what a fantastic job. It's such a great place for Louis and Steph.
Great
Yeah,
sandwiches.
I haven't been able to make it down there yet, but so I will get down there. Great review. Looks like
today.
I wasn't.
Didn't get it. I'm closed today.
Yeah, see, their hours were like just like 2 to close.
Yeah.
Or no, not 2.
They're trying to figure out their.
Yeah. We wanted to get lunch.
At the Italian.
That's what I thought.
It looks like a fan. And then, I thank you. Fair board showed up at the dentist, and I could.
I wanted you to come down to talk.
Yeah. Care of all this. All I have for. I'm right. Okay.
Basically.
I actually.
I don't think it were. I
Like
thought
corn truck.
Agri-
They're a different
agricultural
category.
Settle down.
I just back into that. Attica.
Or make it. It isn't. I thought that. Well, yeah, I received your letter. No, we have not made it. We're actually looking into.
I mean, it's pretty plain and simple. Section 1. They did everything and then they said, oh, we come up short, so you guys help us out.
I know they didn't come up.
No,
Well, I know
Jim,
that,
we didn't
they
come up
paid
short.
the bill. I was at the town board.
That park is owned by the village and owned by the town.
I understand
So,
that, but the
that is
public,
part-
what the
part of
public
that process.
process to spend public money is to get bids first. It's not to walk in afterwards because a group, did they have your approval? Electric?
Yes, we have.
Okay,
Yeah, we approved it.
so they chose to do it alone?
I don't know. Sure it was. I was here. Been on the board. Sure, you were on the board at that time.
Well, I can tell you this, the Lions Club's in. They didn't put on the
didn't receive any bids because he came in and said, we didn't even know how much money it was until we got the bill. Spending public money, you're supposed to have a bill.
They didn't spend public.
Well, if you give it to them, they did.
Well, they would provide us with a, therefore, we would have a bill. We haven't even made a decision. Don't know as if we can. Might not be able to. The fact of the matter is, you're a little hostile about it. The fact of the matter, community organizations like to work with all community organizations. Now, what they did was provided their service for the utilities down at the park, their cost. So we're not looking at it like they did anything.
That is devious, but it basically has one purpose. There's a big
To your opinion, but this also opens up the door for more.
I haven't seen anything in all the years I've been there.
I mean, this opens up the door for possible down the road. Is it not?
It could, but it
Absolutely,
might not.
thank you. That's what it's all about. It's now an upgrade so that there could be more. The way I look at it, now whether or not we're going to, don't know. Not make the legalities of it. If we cannot, and I'm sure. Plain and simple as that. Now, we're not just trying to just throw money out in our Lions Club. In your letter here, if they given money to a non-for-profit organization, that money does go back into the organization. Or
It
into
does
the
go back
community.
into the Lions Club is a separate organization. And it's not an organization of the taxpayer. Not every taxpayer is a member.
Correct, but they do reap the benefits of what they do.
Well, I'm not sure what those benefits are. I'd like to.
Come to our board meeting,
Okay,
okay?
I will.
We have a board meeting Monday of every month. I'll show you a list of donate money to. Okay, we donate money to a lot of people, a lot of organizations.
Let's
But you
stay
see-
at,
but you
let's
see
tone
what's
it down
happening-
here. Let's
What's
tone it down.
happening is that you're taking tax dollars, giving them give money away. Your job as a board member is a fiduciary capacity to only utilize the dollars for village do, not to help other organizations
Add it
get
to,
money.
add it to, you know how many pavilions Lions Club is on there?
I know they've
Okay.
done quite a few. I know
You see,
that.
not like the.
No, it's not that. It's
I don't
about
know
tax,
why.
it's about tax dollars. And I
Like-
really,
like- like Nate
and I
said.
really believe
Like
that
Nate
if you
said,
read
we're
the
looking into it.
Constitution, you
Can't
would
do what we
find
want to.
out that it says you don't give tax dollars to private organizations. You guys took an oath to uphold it. Read the Constitution. It's Article 8, Section 1. Read it.
Definitely table it. Come every month.
Come to a Lions Club. See where,
Here, yeah, join.
yeah, I'll pay your first. Any member, I bring it.
All right, moving forward. Louis, I know you can't wait. Sleep in?
It's at 7 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
That's okay. So, we actually
I
did,
apologize.
no, you're okay. Did actually, Pam, next to you, Pam, we haven't? We actually did discuss it. If held with him while he'd like to speak.
Oh, no, I've been so long. I didn't even bother this. Hello. I went to 109. I didn't know if there's a Berman been there. But I just, there's other help.
But like we discussed the other day, they're in every
Julie
community.
supposedly sent a letter to
Pam's on it now.
Karen with
Pam a shot.
so
Let's see what we know. It is for you, because you got a long ways to go. I'm not doing this for your resale. No,
cost you guys money, tax base. That's all. Gotta get something. A golf cart and a
Pam will tag you up, you can tag along with Pam.
We've been right.
Driving. Her taxes.
It is the unfortunate backwards part about it. I believe that you should breaks, clean up, clean back. I know.
Like there wasn't such a bag. Not worse.
Yeah, well,
It'll be-
I know this sounds. They just leave.
But yeah,
It's
you
hard
don't
to.
want that crap in it.
Right. But unfortunately, when you show up and it's loaded, it is.
I don't have much confidence in it. Especially if it's like, well,
See what we can do.
Huh?
We can do. Right. Have a little faith. Should have a little faith. What do we know about this? But that's what I would suggest is leave it alone. You have to mow it. And her the bill. Kind of sometimes put. Perfect solution certainly is. Careful what I'm saying. Again, I just.
and, after the fact. Of I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine. Came just in time.
Want to take a shower,
Moved them up. We gotta go to
7 o'clock, we're
work
getting
tomorrow.
done at 11. Now we get
That's all. All right, moving. Yeah, why don't you do that? That way.
Let's environmental associated with a possible transmission main. Village and town. Step one. Process involves board meeting. Step That part one, various village approved. That part one. Town Department of Health. All be given. Part one. Those would be as parts two. So what's in front of you is based on our project part one. That's what's background. Instead of the it's
Brenda and Justin, and a couple other people at a meeting too. Right here, to have the water or private line was at a meeting. Put a water line. Decided not to. And there, and there with one, 4 houses. So Monroe County is found that, you know, this is our first step, and if they go up the hills or something, because Monroe County doesn't have a lot of other for us to square off our water. Oh, they stop right at stopping the water. Genesee County, people, it's all Genesee County.
Mine's at
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Steve.
Steve, approximately by Rick's house.
Yep, and they're gonna run. The problem is, though, my eyes, you go and spend $18 million on a new plant, put all this new infrastructure in, and then did this and leave.
Take it as a note, don't sell.
Yeah.
You'll be mayor.
Don't live in.
If I can truly
So it's
take over
one of the,
whole
yeah,
lot.
one of the meetings that we've been attending is a public source section. I just had for the village to never give up their source water right. Basically, reservoirs themselves as the village, 2 townships, Attica and Orangeville, where the government privatized the land. They can't, would have to grant away them taking water from us, them doing any off the water feeding, you name it. So the village really cards in what you have, but you would lose the potential, like Matt is concerned about, and very reasonably so, is the potential opportunities out of our village district. But, you know, that would be up for the town to decide their fiscal, whether it's
We will.
Well, they haven't
We'll be
agreed
once
to
we
it yet.
make this
For the back here goers.
One of the-
That's their fire.
They got a vision.
Matt, if us being the lead secondary district,
All right, so with that being said, any action, the village board, Sequoia up. Opposed? All right, recommendation of village. £11,000. I know you told me, but I know you told me, but I don't remember.
32 in that category. Next, that was like 30.
Who's gonna,
We are. We already got all the stuff. As soon as we get the lift, cut the concrete floor out and put filler.
for Chris Lane's?
Yeah, I think Chris.
It's like
So
the alignment machine.
we'll blow it down, put it down to the ground. Only other thing I tell Brenda is for $100 a piece, they're called jack. So when you're working on a vehicle, you can put board post. I just want to.
Was it 32? Even? Action.
Straight. For our chips. Is it big? Well, they're not, they're gonna. This will. Washington.
Just the milk. Yeah.
Yeah. All three. Yes, they.
Craig wants. Craig and Justin. Elves out. Save it, so. Save it down. Up. Brendan, talk to me.
Make a motion.
All in favor? Opposed? Recommended action. Service. To the recommended action. Ella?
Gotta just-
Recommended action. Action. Yeah. Recommendation, village board approves an effect and for education seminar on Tuesday, October 5th. Last but not least. Recommended action of village. No.
I'll make a motion for that.
Second.
Yeah, no breaks. Well, thank you all for coming tonight. Not that long.
I won't be long. Takes a while for everybody to clear out.